didn't get to show you the beginning of that in-demand news conference with the local leaders, but we are learning that the Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey called for state and federal ban on assault weapons, ban on high-capacity magazines, saying that there is no reason somebody should be able to reel off 30 rounds before they even have to reload. He said at City Hall, and Frey, surrounded by state and federal lawmakers, Minneapolis and St. Paul council members and gun control activists, says to the extent the state feds can't or won't do it, let us do it ourselves. I think we'd be happy to ban assault rifles here in Minneapolis. And that is being reported by Dina Winter from the Star Tribune out there in Minneapolis. All right, we do want to show you now the full remarks from Mayor Frey just a little bit ago. Let's bring this to you here on Live Now.
United in grief, and at the same time, based on this incredible group of people that has assembled here in City Hall, we are also united in action. We are committed to not having this be the scenario where another politician comes up to say never again. Another person stands in front of a microphone to announce a horribly tragic and unspeakable situation where more family members have been killed. We are committed to making this time different. And we have so many residents around our city and around our state that are 100% united to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. Of course we're standing up with love. Of course we're standing up with thoughts and with prayers. But thoughts and prayers are not going to cut it. It's on all of us to see this through so that there is an action, so that something like this never happens again. We need action at the federal level. We need action at the state level. We need coordination with the cities around the country to make sure that every person has this common foundation of safety where they can send their kid off to school and have the confidence that they will be safe. Think of these kids not as somebody else's, but as your own. Think of those last words that you had with your child just this morning before you sent them into school. You kissed them on the cheek, you got them set up with their shoes, you pushed them a pouch of applesauce. Maybe these were little annoyances, but the truth is that there's this common and beautiful thing. We love our children. Make these changes not out of hate. Make them out of a simple and beautiful foundational love for our kids. And so what are we talking about? When we talk about action, we need to talk about the action steps that need to take place. We need a statewide and a federal ban on assault weapons. We need a statewide and a federal ban on high-capacity magazines. There is no reason that someone should be able to reel off 30 shots before they even have to reload. We're not talking about your father's hunting rifle here. We're talking about guns that are built to pierce armor and kill people. Why do we have them coming in by the trunk loads onto our streets around the country? And this is not just about Minneapolis, because you can buy an assault rifle in Milwaukee, and that assault rifle is in Minneapolis by noon that very same day. And so when we talk about the work that needs to be done, it's going to take a whole lot of unity from a lot of different cities, and I've gotten calls from their mayors who have experienced virtually the same thing that we experienced yesterday. And because we love our kids, because we love our families, because we love our constituents, we all have the obligation to act. And what you see here, you see federal congresswomen, you see we see our Minneapolis state delegation. You have council members from both Minneapolis and St. Paul. You have our sheriff. You have Moms Demand Action, Protect Minnesota, and every town all united and rallying around a common theme, which is keeping our cities and our country safe. And here's the thing. To the extent the federal government isn't willing to do it, to the extent a divided legislature prevents our state from acting, and by the way, I know that our Minneapolis delegation is on board with this work because they've been doing it. Thank you. But here's the final ask. To the extent other levels of government are either unwilling or unable to keep cities safe, let us do it ourselves. We are responsible for 435,000 residents that call Minneapolis home and many more that come and go. I think we'd be happy to ban assault rifles here in Minneapolis. I know we'd be happy to prevent a next mass shooting from taking place. We have every obligation, not just to each other, but to these families that call Minneapolis home. We love them. Let's love them with more than words. Let's love them with the kind of action that will forever make the difference for people in our city. So the next go round, there's not another city 2 months from now that is saying the same damn thing. Let's stop this from happening. Let's stand up for our children. Let's stand up for each and every one of them. So it takes a whole team to pack this hall, to put these events together, but more importantly, to do the kind of long-term advocacy that results in change. I mentioned a number of groups that are here, and I have the honor, and please give her a very warm welcome, of welcoming up from Moms Demand Action, an exceptional volunteer in Leah Condis.
That was Mayor Frey once again calling for assault weapons ban, once again trying to bring that to the light as we just saw that tragedy play out yesterday in Minneapolis. Hi, everyone. Mike Pace here. Thanks so much again for joining us on Live Now. It is 3 p.m. Eastern and 12 o'clock out on the West Coast. We continue to bring you some of the day's biggest top stories. Of course, the in-demand live feeds. And when breaking news happens, you know we have you covered as well. All right.